Alright, I'm going to roll through this as fast as I can here. Since these videos get so many hits, I'm going to do this one. So I was building the saw the other day, and I tossed on a brand new GB, well, what I thought was a pretty new GB rip chain. And after I tightened up the bar, started to pull it through, it was binding. Couldn't figure out why. Started to mic it. I know it. I had run it before, knew what it was. Still binding. Figured maybe my sprocket was messed up. Took it off, and what I found was, if I get in close here, a bunch of drive links were damaged. This one in front of my finger here. This one. This one. This one. This one a little bit. Let's go down the chain here. The rest of them look kind of okay. The tip's knocked off. This one, not bad though. This one's, pretty damaged. You can see the damage though. And what had happened was, once upon a time, when I was milling with this, when it was a fairly new chain, I was making a second cut for a video, and I had made 2 milling passes back to back, and I was trying to rush through the second one because I didn't know if I was going to run out of fuel. And I forced it out the end of the log, and when it came out the end of the log, I stumbled, the saw fell through the chain, and it damaged all those drive links. Now, when I was going through my packs today, putting stuff away after building that saw, I found a small leftover chunk of GB rip chain, same chain as this. Now, it's going to pull apart an Archer chain that I destroyed when it was brand new on the first milling pass, pull a chunk out of the Archer chain and put it in here. But since I have this brand new piece of GB chain here, was the end of a spool of GB rip chain, I'm going to replace this section. So what I have to do is I have to take out this drive link right here, this tie strap right here, put a new one in, and take this one out right here, put a new one in. No spinner, no breaker. This is all you need for tools. Need a metal plate. This is a hardened metal plate that I use for straightening handsaw plates and peening stuff over like this. You need a punch. Probably just going to use this one. It doesn't hurt to have a little screwdriver. I'll show you why. And a grinder, and whatever wheel's in there on that grinder I'll use. Don't need a special wheel. My trailer's normally sitting over there, but right now it's here on a pretty good pitch. I don't know if I can show you this, but it's sitting, doesn't show up good on camera, but it's sitting like this. It's flat up there, but this is a pretty good pitch like this. So hopefully when I'm peening this over, the chain doesn't want to fall away from me and fall off. But I'm going to get to it, and see if I can get you a good video angle here. If I need to pick you up and show you what I'm doing, I'll show you. But no spinner, no breaker. Okay, that's enough to do the chain that goes out to that metal plate, and I'll bring it back over when I peen it over. So you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. Let's spread this out a little bit. Let me see if I can get you backwards a little bit, and I'll pan you down in a minute. So, all right, so I'm going to see what I got on this. This over here. You don't need a spinner and a breaker to do this. Now, I'm not saying that spinner or breaker is a bad idea. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying you don't need one to do this. First thing I'm going to do is drive, and I'm going to apologize now if this battery goes dead on the grinder. I hope it's going to last, but first thing we're going to do is grind off these rivet tops, and then we're going to punch them out. See where you're looking, so make sure you're seeing me. Okay, so anywhere from the blue thing over. I've marked the rivets that I'm taking out with blue Sharpie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind them off, and then I'll punch them out. I'll show you what they look like. All right, so hopefully you don't fall over when I'm punching these. Let me pick you up and show you what. I don't need to show you what these look like. So I just ground them off. Make sure you grind down in the tie strap so you don't leave any. It just makes it easier on you. If you want to, you can drill a hole in whatever you're sitting on and punch them into that. There's enough cracks in this trailer so I can punch them right out into that. That's done. Actually, that's done. Let me get this one here. Doesn't take much at all. So that one's undone. Tie strap's done. And if you want my honest opinion, this is a lot easier than using a breaker. And if you want to use a breaker, have at it. I just don't see the reason to. You saw that in real time. That's how long it took to break that chain apart. There's the section that's coming out. Make sure these end up in the junk pile. Don't use them to go back in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to peen this back together. Do one side at a time here. Let's see where you're looking first. And I'll probably bring you over. Okay, good. You can see me. I'm gonna probably bring you over closer when I do the second one and see if I can get some good shots on kind of looking down on it while I'm doing it. I mean, there's no real magic to this. You kind of get used to it. And one thing that I can tell you is that when you do this, you're going to want a little bit of support for this part so you're not holding onto it and fighting with it. I'm just going to slip this under here so it's kind of flat like that. Make sure you can still see me. Yep, okay. We're going to throw our bottom of our tie strap in. These are GB tie straps also that came with this spool of chain here. If there's any markings on them, I try to get the markings the same, but it doesn't really matter. You can put them on either way. So now that I got this on, I'm going to start peening it over. Now, I don't really know if this is going to start trying to wander away from me and fall off here or not. I'll just put this here for now. In case it does, it'll stop it. Make sure you can still see. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I'll try to get you over for the second one. Let's get this one out of the way first. If sometimes when your fingers are in here trying to hold this in place, you're doing this with the peening end. That end, this end here is the peening end of a ball peen hammer. I'm going to peen over one side until it holds the strap in place, and then I'll do the other side until it holds the strap in place, and then I'll finish them off. What you're trying to do is trying to kind of concentrate your strikes around the edges. It's mushrooming out little by little by little every time I do this. I'm not hitting it very hard. And once it starts holding the strap in place, you can really kind of go to town. close to done. You're going to want to start checking, make sure it's not binding, but make sure it's kind of spinning kind of freely like this. You're looking for the sides of these heads that you're painting over to be even, somewhat similar to the size of the ones that are already on here. To be honest with you, right now this chain binds in its original form in the new drive links more than it does the ones that I'm doing right now. And it's pretty damn close to done. Just gonna check. I'm not hitting it very hard. I'm going nice and easy on it. Kind of directing my blows in the right spot. I'm going to show you that real quick, and I'll see if I can get you a good view for the second one kind of down on top of it so you can kind of watch how it mushrooms out. But so this is what it looks like now. See, I did a pretty good job painting it over. There's no bind in the chain there. I've never had one break or come undone. So that one's done. We're going to do the next one. Let me just set you over here for a second till I get it set up. Set you over here for a second till I get it set up, and then I'll see if I can get you a good downward view on it while I'm painting it. So this stuff here just kind of makes it easier on you, so it's not a bad idea to have it. This just keeps it so that the chain's kind of flat. If you do it without this block, you're kind of having to hold on to it and hold it in place. You want it kind of as flat as you can get it. Just makes it easier for you. This next one in. So that this chain sits down nice on the strap. Okay, I got the second one in place. Let me just paint it a little bit. If your fingers are fat and you have a hard time holding this in place when you first start, use a little screwdriver like this. I just want to get it so that the link's not going to come undone when I'm painting on it. You can see now this one's kind of sliding off the thing here. Because the trail is sitting like this so much, but just showing you don't need very much. Once you strike a blow pretty much right on this screwdriver, all it's doing is it's holding the tie strap down my fingers so my fingers aren't getting in the way. Okay, so now it's not going to come out now. Now I'm going to go to town on. I'm trying to get you guys a good view. All right, that's a pretty good view there. So let's see if I don't knock the camera over. This would be great. So I'm going to paint, these are the two right here. I'm just going to paint them over. Again, I'm not hitting very hard on it. I'm trying to concentrate a little, you know, and if the middle's high, I'm hitting the middle, around the edges. Trying to kind of fall off this thing because of this angle on the trailer here, so fighting that a little bit, but just trying to mushroom it out. That's done. Chain doesn't bind. So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can see it pretty good actually. See what that did there. So yeah, that's it. That chain's fixed. So took those bad drive links out of there, new ones. This chain hadn't been used very much. It was pretty new, so the cutters are actually going to be real similar size. Not that it matters really, but I'll show you, see if I can just see. All right, here's one right here. So this is one right here that I did. That's what it looks like. Let's see if I can find the other one. Here's the other one right here. So you can see what it looks like. Really not a big deal. Takes, you know, just a couple of seconds. I ground them off with, just happened to be a cutting disc on this grinder, but you can use any, you could use anything. You could use, you know, a big disc like this. A little bit more controllable with these. I like to have a corner on them, so if it was real worn, it'll kind of have a big profile, be kind of a pain in the ass to do in there. The cutting disc I think works good because you got this teeny little profile and you can stick it in there real close. But yeah, that's it. 114 drive link rip chain repaired. I'm going to try and put some time on that saw today. And I got another 36. I've got a bunch of my rip setups already done. They're all set up, and I'll show you. And I have another 36 bar, and I didn't want to take a saw apart to run that in the mill. So I figured, you know what, might as well fix that chain up. I can grab that 36 Archer bar right there. All my other ones up here that have rip chains on them have already got bars sitting on them, so rather than pull one apart, I just put a whole other one together. And yeah, so that's it. That's simple. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If you like the content I put out, I think that's super. I don't really much care. If you guys want to subscribe, I think that's great. I think you're doing yourself a favor, even if you disagree with me or disagree with what I say. At least it'll give you another look at maybe a different way to do things. Channel's got every kind of video you can imagine in it: cutting, falling, milling, sharpening, building saws, honing cylinders, porting, you name it, it's all in here somewhere. Mill reviews, tool reviews, everything. So yeah, I mean, hit subscribe, hit like, and give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. I mean, no spinner, no breaker, 3/8 063 chain, that easy to pull a chunk out, put a chunk back on. You know, I see all these people buying the Chinese spinners and breakers and having trouble putting stuff together with them and saying, oh, it doesn't work good and this, that, the other thing. I mean, you know, I hate to say that it's your own fault, but it's really not a hard thing to do. And I want to make it look like it is what it is. I mean, I'm not portraying anything different than the way it is. I'm not gifted in any way, shape, or form, except I know how to do a lot of things. So how much time's on this video? I see 19. All right, 19 minutes on it. So yeah, I'll maybe shoot another one today when I'm cutting with that saw. That one's pretty hypo ported. Kind of a pain in the ass to pull over, but it's a pretty nasty little saw. 99 cc's, ported as far as I can go. The only thing I haven't done yet on this saw, it baffles out of this muffler, but I didn't put a triple port on this. It's got pretty decent sized exit ports on right here and here, but normally I cut a triple port in the side over here, right here, and do I dare do that with that on there? I probably don't. I was going to just say I'd take that grinder and cut it right now and do it right now, but I don't want to get anything inside the engine. So I'll take it off first when I do it. But yeah, if I do that, I'll shoot a video doing that too. 19 minutes. Yeah, it's too long. So yeah, hit me up. Let me know what's up. Stay safe. Be up.